Hello, this is Johnny. Right now, I just want to see the main thing. I want to bring up something, and also, oh, I want to let you know some of the stuff that I was testing. The one that goes sideways, it's actually better with the spinner instead of the trackball, because those games are made for spinner, not for trackball. So maybe that's the reason I was having problem with the spinner. It is a good spinner. I mean, I think at this moment is one of the best spinner that I have purchased from Glenn's purchase. So okay, I'm gonna stay. So those of you who wanted to get one, if you don't have one and you really want to get one, I think those spinners are very pretty, very nice. So last time I said I don't recommend it, but if you don't have one and you want to have one, yes, I do recommend it, because that's the only one that I know that it does support it, and you could change the dip switch. I mean, take up the jumper, and that will work. Now, I wanted to see if I could change this back to the emulator, because last time I was doing a video and I noticed that in the utility option, it let me allow me to go back to Emulationstation, even though I'm already there. So the person who created this, his intention was allow you to able to go back, but not from this screen. So this screen is like a fixed screen where the only thing you could do is play game. You can't do utility to it. You can do nothing to it. Well, you could do something, if you use a keyboard and plug it in. Other than that, you pretty much, you're set. So, but I have a screen with me right now. It's an IPS 10 inches screen, and it comes with 2 speakers in here. And if you see my iCat mod, the cabinet that I took the iCat bar top arcade, and I use this screen to do it. Now this Arcade1up, the screen is big enough where you could actually put a full screen on it, a 10.1 inches. It's an IPS 10.1 inches, and I'll put the description. Right now, this screen is on sale for $84. I bought it for $115, $120 before, and right now in Amazon.com it's only selling for $84. So I can't resist. I want to buy it because it's a real good price. Because this kind of screen is not cheap, So as you can see, you could put it sideways, and you got plenty of room to scoot back and forward. Okay, you could also put it vertically if you choose to. You also have space to go up and down with it, so you don't have to worry about that it will not fit. It fit perfectly for a 10-inch screen. So if I could fit a 10-inch screen, I will not leave it vertically. I will change it to this direction and leave it exactly right in the middle where the black line is, and it covers nicely. Okay, you can still see what Arcade1up on the top, and you can still see this little icon at the bottom. So let me tilt it up a little bit, so you can see it's pretty good. While in the screens, you just need to cut this. You just have to use a heat gun and try to take the sticky thing off. Draw the line from all down here to the black line, from here to all down to the black line, and then across to the black line across, and then you could take the sticker out, and then you could just mount this behind it. Okay, so because this Arcade1up should use the 10-inch screen, because the wood is very thick. It's the same thickness as Arcade1up, the one that is about close to 5 feet. 5 feet. The arcade, you know what I'm talking about, the Arcade1up cabinet. So they should do that. And then also I'm going to show you how to use this, which is cheaper. If you have Raspberry Pi, you plug the ground and the voltage to the Raspberry Pi, and then the audio, and the left and right audio. This is the left out audio. Right there you can see left out, plus and minus for the right See, focus this. And then those are the voltage. Okay, ground and the voltage. You see, still consuming this better. You can see. See, and then you just mount this to the wood behind it or close to the top, and you could put the thing that come with it, the nut, to right here. You can put that on top. You could drill a hole across it, and then you could put this on top so it look nice like this, and you could turn this. And this is like $10 to $12 cheaper than that one over there. Okay, and it sounds is pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to use this instead of that one. That one I'll probably use it for the Arcade1up, the bigger cabinet. All right, because I have the more space to put it. So that's what I'm going to do. Once I do that, I will do a video. So let's go ahead and see if this thing will go back to Emulationstation. Remember I told you that once you go into track mode, you can get back. But I want to see if I could. If I could, that'd be great, because a lot of people like me. Oh, what I just do? I just press enter, I think. Yeah, I sure did. All right, let me exit out this game. All right, so I'm gonna press F4 on the keyboard. Oh, not S4. Press the B button on the to exit out, then choose yes. Okay, from here I'm gonna type EMU, and then press the tab key. The tab key will spell the emulation station. Okay. So let me zoom in that. So it will spell the emulation station. Then you just press enter. Then you go into the emulation station. From here, you want to go ahead and choose the RetroPie. And we are running right now version 4.5.4. So right now I'm going to right now I'm not going to choose a track. Now also there's one thing that I run into a problem with my 8GB. When I was doing the upgrade, I accidentally installed the basic install. That one take like 3 to 4 hours. That's the wrong one. So what I did is I cancel it, and then when I boot up, it asks me, do you want to log in? And you type in Pi and Raspberry Pi. But every time you boot up, you go to the prompt, you know, I call it the terminal prompt, and it asks me to log in and type in password. So what I did is I came over here and I select track mode again, and now every time boot up, it go to track mode. It doesn't ask for username and password. So I said, oh, that's cool. That actually fixed it, because last time what I did is I redo the image. I write the image back to the SD card, redo it, format the SD card, redo the image. But now I realized that by doing that, I was able to fix that problem, because you don't want to install the whole basic the whole basic install on the system. If you do, you run into a problem. So what I did, so now got me thinking is, okay, here there is an option called the Emulationstation. So if I choose this and I let the machine reboot it, okay, well, it allowed me to go back to the emulator, boot up to emulator instead of track mode. So let's try it. So I'm going to quit, select. What I did is I press the start button to get this pop-up screen, and then go down to quit, press B, well, my A button, and then I want to go ahead and restart the system, because if you just boot up the emulator, you just boot up the emulator, it doesn't do nothing. So you want to restart the whole system, see if it works. Let's see if it works. Press the B instead. I mean A, do a restart the system, yes. Let's hope that this thing will go back to emulator. Because if you go back to emulator, then you could change the config.text and you can rotate it. So that's might be speaking too soon. You will get a video the same. I don't think it will work. Let's see what happens. because it's kind of weird. It's like, why did he have that option in there? No, it didn't work. Sorry. I was hoping that that would work, because it's like you are inside the emulator. Why you have an emulator option there? So, which is doesn't make sense. So I was hoping that maybe by selecting that option, it will, let me go to the emulation. So that portion failed. But I was glad to able to show you that a 10-inch screen will work. If you put it on this direction, you will have to cut pretty much all this black line all the way down to the bottom to do the vertical screen. If you do from the sideway, the normal direction, you're gonna cut everything from here all the way across to this black line right there. You're gonna cut all that. And what I suggest is use a heat gun, then peel it off, then put a piece of plastic behind it, and then use a paper cutter and cut across. That way you don't accidentally cut a line on the plastic. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna try to attempt that and then do a video, so that way you get to see how I did it and stuff like that. If you run into a problem with the video card, if you're gonna change it, like I was thinking about changing the monitor, you don't need the video card. That video card is about like $21 after tax. Now, I have a person that told me that they have problem with this video card. I didn't really do anything. When you buy it, it just come like this. This is made only for Arcade1up, for the 8-inch screen. So it's not made for it to work on PC or anything, or computer. I don't believe this thing is made for that. So because this video card is made to plug in with this cable and with this cable, and your PC doesn't use this, so this video card will not work outside the Arcade1up. This one is made for Arcade1up. So if you don't have the same kind of connection like this, it's not going to work on computer or any other stuff. This thing, well, actually this thing will work if you plug it like this, but if your output is supposed to be Arcade1up, I guess what you're trying to do is plug this directly to like a different system, like retro arcade or whatever other stuff. I haven't really tested that, so I don't know, but maybe I'll go ahead and test that, see what happens, because we have a viewer saying that they try to plug it into another device and it doesn't work. And this thing doesn't have a video. It only have video. I apologize. It only have video, but doesn't have audio because it doesn't have built-in audio. This video card doesn't have an audio. So if you plug it into, let's try to plug into this. This one does support HDMI screen. See, it doesn't work. Even though I plug it into that machine right there, it doesn't work. So what I'm trying to say is you have to try to make it work. Maybe there's something wrong with SD card. Like when I first plugged it in, I had a problem with the video. Excuse me. But this one, even though I plug it in, it doesn't work because this is not made to do that. Okay. What you could do is you could try to you could test your video card from Raspberry Pi. See if Raspberry Pi video will come out. Like you could use this monitor and let's plug a power into it. let's plug the power to this and see if it works. So that's how you could troubleshoot. Is you could plug the Arcade1up. Okay, so this screen do not work with this machine. Now, we're gonna go ahead and unplug this. And plug the Raspberry Pi to here, see if it works. Now, sometimes the problem might be just it might be just the video cable, because I have one time I have a problem with my screen wasn't working. So I went to buy one that is a gold coating, gold color, not silver, and those tend to work better. So this one is a brand new one I just purchased. So what you could do is you could test your Raspberry Pi, make sure now the sound will not work because I changed the sound to work with a speaker. That's one part I forgot to tell you guys. If you don't have a sound, you have to go to the setting and change the sound. Okay, see, it work over here. See that? Okay, but it's not in the correct direction because we told it to display it like this. Okay, so just give you guys a look, see how it feels to have this over here. I got a little stand over there. Okay, so it's not bad. It looks pretty nice, huh? So this is the IPC screen. Now you could use this screen to put it like this. Now if a video card work on your Raspberry Pi, then you know it's not the Raspberry Pi problem. Then you trying to make sure the jumper on the video card is on G. Okay. Then, though, there's one thing that I forgot to show you guys was that if you using that video card, you have to change it to a speaker. So let me exit out here real quick, and I forgot to show you guys how to do that. Ooh. Okay, now since the screen is in this form, let's flip it this way. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go back to emulation, because emulation right here you could, if you don't know how to spell the whole thing, you just type EMU and then press tab. And it's gonna spell the Emulationstation. No S, no, there is an S. Emulation, no S. The station is so no S between it. Just Emulationstation, no S. Press enter, and then you have the Emulationstation started. Now here you want to go to RetroArch. Okay. So here, in order to fix the audio, right now I have a speaker already built in here. So there's one portion I forgot to tell you is when you do the audio, in order to get the audio to come out, press the one button again. You have to, actually there's two portions. So what I did is you could choose the audio, or you could choose the head 3.5 jack, okay? So if you're using a 3.5 jack, you want to select that. Okay, so if you're using the head headphone jack 3.5. That's what we are using. So you want to select that. But if you're using HDMI, you want to select HDMI number 3 instead of number 2. Or you could just tell it to choose number 1, audio, auto. Auto means that whatever you plug in, I will detect it for you. Okay? So you just press OK on that one. Now you have to press the start button and go to your sound setting. Press the wrong button. Wrong one. Keep on pressing the wrong button. Sorry about that. Let me get out of here. Because I set the B, A over here and B over here, I need to change it back. Alright, so you're going to press the start button and you will have this pop-up screen. Over here, you're going to select the sound setting. Okay, sound setting. Now, I have it set up to PCM. Okay, you want to set it that if you're using that video card that I was that on the other first video. If you're using the video card, you want to use the PCM, okay? Because you're using the 3.5 jack, the audio jack. 3.5 jack's this, okay? You're using the 3.5 jack, okay? Using this to plug it in, so you have to use the PCM, all right, to get the sound. And then you want to make sure the system sound is turned all the way up, all right? Now. No, let me take that back. If you plug into HDMI, you want to use the PCM. But if you are using the 3.5, this one right here, then you want to select speaker. Okay? You want to select speaker like this. And then you want to reboot the system. Not just reboot the emulator. You want to reboot the system. And then come back here, make sure this is always 100%. Otherwise, your amplifier's sound will not come out. Okay, now this one I have a built-in speaker, so I'm going to change it to PCM. All right, and then I'm going to go back and press the start button again, and I'm going to reboot it. Let me try this again. I want to try this emulation again, see if it will start the emulator, and then I'm going to reboot it. It says switching to emulation station. Okay, so let's see if this time will boot up to emulation or not. Hey, work. It does work. It stay in the emulation. All right. Let me try to reboot it this time instead of let it restart. Let me select. Now the sound is coming out from the here. It's not coming out from the. So I could turn the sound up from this system. Up. I'm reversing. Oops, yeah, I'm turning the sound higher. So I'm turning to 62, 70 to 100, okay? So later we're gonna test the sound. It's coming out from here now. It's not from my amplifier. All right, so I'm going back to, I'm gonna go ahead and quit. And this time I wanna restart the system, okay? Say yes. Let's see if it still stays in the emulation. So if it does, then that's cool. Yep, see? So that's cool. And then you could actually start your game. Okay, this game I have it set up to play sideways. I think it's the same way with the arcade game. See, it's coming out from here now. I think both of the game is set up to there's a file that you had to create it, and that's the reason the game is working like this now. So this is what it looked like if you were to play it. So I forgot the screen is so wide. So you have to play like that. So this screen is pretty good. Okay, so while you let me change it back to the other video and let you see the difference between this screen and the screen the IPC screen and the arcade screen. Okay, this one is the IPS screen. The one that come with the arcade, the one that come with the Arcade1up, that one is a TFT screen. It's not a true a video card screen. So we're gonna plug everything back, and then we're gonna reset the audio and video again, because if there's no sound, that is because I changed it. Okay, so I'm gonna plug this back on using the amplifier. Okay, so now this is the screen what it look like. See, it's not as pretty, not as detailed color. See that? Even though I zoom in, it's the same. I'm gonna start the same game again so you can see the difference in the game. Now you probably not gonna have sound, because now the sound is coming from the amplifier. Let me show the amplifier turn up. And this is the part that I forgot to show you last time. So I changed it to MTP. Now there's no sound, so we're gonna change it back so that you get to see. Oh, there is sound. Never mind. Just one has sound. But as you can see, it's not that crystal clear. Especially if you look at it from the side view, because IPS screen is very beautiful. It doesn't matter what direction you look at it, but when you look sideways, it's very. This is what I'm looking at when I look at it sideways. But if you look directly on it, it's not too bad, okay? But the screen is not as big as the other one. All right. So, but if your speaker doesn't work, like I was saying, you have to go out. Go out here, go to Raspberry Pi. No, not Raspberry Pi. Just press start button, and from here you're going to select sound setting, and then you're going to choose the, instead of PCM, you are going to choose the speaker. Okay, you are going to choose a speaker here and change it to speaker. Press A, and then you're going to where's the, go back, can read upside down. Then you're gonna quit. Then you're gonna say restart the system. Okay, okay, let's go and restart. Say yes. See, now the sound is much, is because you're using the speaker instead of the, so sound is pretty good. Sound is coming out from from the speaker here. Move over here. Oh, this cable is in the way. Let me get it over here. It's tangled with this. Give me 1 second. Let me change it to. It's coming through here. And let me turn this all the way up real high, see what it sounds like. Now this speaker will sound louder because the speaker from that monitor, the speaker is in the back. It's facing this way, okay? Behind the monitor. So that's what it sounds like behind the monitor. Okay, so hopefully this helped, but this is the screen size, and a while ago I showed you the one that is a 10-inch screen. So it does make a difference, especially when you have an arcade. You got a countertop or CounterCade. They call it CounterCade size of the system, and the wood and everything is pretty heavy and it's very durable. And you might as well get a bigger screen with this. It looks better with a bigger screen. You know, that's my opinion. But I would not leave it like this. I would leave it sideways. It looks better sideways. All right, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.